stop us cause we bumped in prime. Well, hello, who's next? Are you capping, talking sauce, and do your words match your video? Well, hello, who's next? Can't nobody stop us cause we bumped in prime.
Yo, what's going on, YouTube? It's your guys, Buffed in Prime, CT, Cal. What's good, bro?
Man, what's going on? You see CT got that Eagles hat on, man. CT feeling great. Feeling absolutely great after a win, man. How was that? It's been a while, 2018.
Man, look, bro. I was nervous all the way. I was like 24 points still wasn't enough. I'm like, it's Patrick Mahomes and them G's. Like, hold up. I need more points. Keep your foot on the gas, but
I wasn't worried about.
yeah, you called it early. I was like, what? I was like, yeah, people at Patriot are tripping out. Like, Cal, there's too much time left. You're like, I know.
And because everybody brought up the Eagles and the Patriots, obviously, when it was 28-3. Mm-hmm. Patriots had the lead, or Eagles had the lead, or the Falcons. Goodness gracious, Falcons had the lead, and then they came back from 25 points. The reason for that was, one, the Falcons were playing like almost cover zero, no safety, like they were attacking with blitzing and man coverage. That entire first half of the game, that gets tiring after a while. And then I think they went more conservative in the second half, weren't getting first down, like they couldn't move the ball at all. And that's what I said in the chat. I said, hey, if they get conservative, then they have a chance to come back. But if they don't get conservative and they keep that, it's going to get nasty. There's no shot of coming back. And that's exactly what they did, man.
Oh, man.
What's going on, Coach K? What's good, Swank? What's up? Yeah, finally got them a win, man. Randall was good. Chris, what's up? What's going on?
Man, we just saw Coach Livingston, though, man. $3 million pay raise. What's good with that?
So that's huge. So came in, he made $800K last year. He's basically making double that.
That was a good point. Yeah,
double, which
double his pay. That's cool.
So the $3 million is over 2 years. So yeah, he doubled his pay in 1 year, and that's something that's amazing. I know Coach Prime believed they're negotiating on his contract, and what I have thought, and I'm not certain of, but what it seemed like is he was trying to get a larger salary pool for his assistant coaches.
Right.
Because if you look around college football, some of these assistant coaches are getting paid significantly more than head coaches.
Yeah.
Some schools are really, so the way it works, the coach has his own salary. Mm-hmm. But then in addition to that, they give them a salary pool that they can divvy up for the assistants. So you get good assistants, you want to pay them well. So Livingston got paid, man. He got paid, and it's been so impressive what he did. And I said this from day one. He's coming in with no assistant coaches. And what I mean by that is, as a defensive coordinator, you got safeties coach, linebackers coach, could have DN coach, defensive tackle coach, could have interior and outside linebacker coach. Like, there's a bunch of moving pieces. So as a defensive coordinator coming in, you're not able to use any guys, like he came in by himself. So he had to not just mesh with all these new players, but also mesh with the coaches, not just get the new players to buy into what he's selling and his mentality and his mindset, but also get the coaches to buy in. So that's it takes a lot to be able to do that. That's not an easy thing to do. I'm not sure how many coaches have been able to do that successfully or would be able to do that successfully. So it was extremely impressive to me. Just that aspect of being able to go in. And before the season, I said, okay, if Livingston doesn't do really well, I'm not gonna put the blame on him.
Right.
Because he doesn't have access to that. Now, if he does really well under those circumstances, oh yeah, he can go. Yeah. He one of the ones, and that's exactly what it showed. So how'd you feel about that big payday? I know, ever since I showed you the film when he was at Cincinnati, you've been a fan.
Yeah, man. I thought, but what impressed me more when you said that, hey, either Robert Livingston's going to be able to call the defense, or he's not going to be able to call the defense.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
oh yeah,
because
he had never called plays before, and that was something people were upset about.
You're like, he's been in there, he's had the headset, like he's got so much experience. Like, either you can call plays or you can't call plays. And it took me for a minute because I thought, well, man, if you can't call plays, then you might not be. But then I realized, there's some positions like head coach positions where they'll call the plays, or they'll be like, no, I'm not gonna call the plays. I'm gonna let the offense coordinator call the plays.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the adjustment. Like, I feel like even though, like, I don't think Livingston had complete control of personnel or whatever and stuff like that, but he kept his word. He came in, he said, look, I'm going to find out what they do best, and I'm going to let them do what they do best. And then you had to look at Nakai's year, look at Cam's year,
Mm-hmm.
look at Bentley's year, like, look at the Bully. Like, these guys had incredible years, and they love their coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody like, hey, Coach Livingston was this, Coach Livingston that. And I thought for him, coming from the pros, coming to college, like you said, he didn't have no coaches to bring. So he had to, whatever system I don't even know what system he got, honestly, but whatever system he runs, like, the coaches had to get on board and the players had to get on board. And you're coming in like, hey, this is really the GOAT season for them. Because, Shador last season, Travis last season, Shiloh's last season, all these guys last season. So I really think he was really behind the 8-ball. And for him to come out and have that defense look the way it looked, I was going to ask you, which game did you knew? So when you said, okay, Livingston, they got one with Livingston right here.
It's funny you mentioned that, because I actually have the film of that specific game. So we're actually going to get that. Let me make sure we hooked up good here. 1 sec.
That is hilarious. Yeah, I'm like, which game was it? Shout out to the chat, man. Appreciate you guys being here. Salute, Kev. Yeah, 4,000 subscribers. Appreciate that. Smash the like button. We in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he got paid 3.1. He got paid.
All right, we should be back. CT done changed the whole format.
What?
Yeah, I can definitely hear myself in your background now.
Bro,
sure.
It's like it's two of you on the screen. Oh.
There we go. I don't know what was going on.
It's like it's two of you on the screen. Okay, I say Nebraska was the game he knew.
It's a good one. That was a good one.
What's good, fellas? Checking in from the UAE. Wow.
UAE, man.
Salute.
That's what's up.
What's good? Morning, Lauren. What's good? Salute.
So yeah, we definitely gonna get to that film where we can see where Coach Livingston really started to separate himself from me. So yeah, let's get to it, man. Let's talk about. Let's go through the chat first, man. Let's talk. See what's going on.
Put my headphones on. See if that.
Yeah, I can hear feedback for sure. He deserves it. Yeah, appreciate you, Swank. Just hit 14K, man. Appreciate you. Just hit 14K. 14K. Appreciate you. What's up? Appreciate you. That's a lot of money. Lot of money. Nebraska. So that's funny. And we'll talk about that, because we initially, watching the Nebraska game, we were super disappointed in the defense. And we're coming off the week of North Dakota State, which was at the time the worst game. Like, that did not instill a lot of confidence. I was extremely critical of them. Week one, the lack of adjustments that we saw, the things that North Dakota State did, we expect them to do. From watching the film, from watching Wyoming's film, we watched unlimited film. I might just start randomly posting those, because we watched so much film on North Dakota State.
Facts.
So was disappointed there. Then he turns around Nebraska and had a fantastic, I think he called a great game against Nebraska. And that Nebraska game felt worse than what it was, because the offense was failing to do what we had went into the season expecting the offense to do. We expected the offense to be prolific all season. We expected the defense to be the weakness of the team.
Facts.
So we saw the offense be prolific against North Dakota State.
Mm-hmm.
We saw the defense be the weakness against North Dakota State. So we were still in that mindset. So then when Nebraska happened, some things got blown out of proportion as far as the defense. Then we go back and watch the all 22. Like, hey, defense was balling.
Boy,
Like
yeah.
Nebraska, if we keeping it a buck, really scored 14 points on the defense. There's a pick six that they scored, and then they had another touchdown where Bentley had the interception in his hands.
Had it.
And then it bounced out of his hands. He juggled it, and then they caught it and got a touchdown. But that's because it ended up being, I believe, 28-10. So you take those away, that's 10-14 game. But the game that really did it for me was Baylor, and we're gonna go over
Baylor game.
Baylor for sure.
Oh man.
Appreciate the super chat, D Nice. Do we play a 4-2-5 because of Preston's nickel skill level? Could we run a 4-3 if our linebackers are more athletic and cover sideline to sideline? You cannot. So that's a great question, D Nice. You can never run a 4-3 defense if you're playing man coverage. And here's the reason. So again, the thing I do with football that a lot of people don't do, a lot of coaches do, is I simplify it.
Mm-hmm.
How many eligible receivers are there on a field, CT, at any time?
5.
Okay. So if we run a 4-3-4, do any of those numbers have 5?
No.
Okay. So we got 4 DBs. So that's what it's called a 4-3. You don't really use a 4 at the end, but you got a 4-3. So that means 4 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers, and 2 corners and 2 safeties, which are DBs. So you got 4 DBs. So let's go cover 1, for instance. We got 4 DBs, right?
Right.
We're taking 1 of the safeties out because he's playing deep zone. So we got 3 DBs left. And how many eligible receivers do we have?
5.
Okay. And 1 of them can be a running back.
I know that's scary. This is already getting that.
So that brings it down to 4, like true receivers. And it could be a tight end, but receivers are tight ends. So if a team is in 10 personnel, which means 1 running back, no tight ends, 4 receivers, you have 4 receivers and you have 3 defensive backs in a 4-3 capable of guarding those 4 receivers, which means now you have to have a linebacker in man coverage on a slot receiver, which is typically the quickest and shiftiest players on the team. That's a mismatch. You're going to get humiliated doing that. Now, if you're just running zone, then yes, you can get away with having 4 D linemen and 3 linebackers out there. But if you're playing man coverage and it's not a 12 personnel team, meaning they're running with 1 running back and 2 tight ends, or kind of 11, where it's a tight end and you trust your linebacker to guard a tight end, and then your safety to come down to man coverage, then it doesn't work. So football has really shifted because the games got faster. They got more out in space. It shifted to nickel being everybody's base defense. And that means you're always going to have 5 DBs, at least 5 DBs on the field, unless it's a real heavy personnel.
Yeah, no, that I think that makes a lot of sense, man.
Yeah. Halftime adjustments for Nebraska were great. Absolutely. Perfect time for a stream here in EU. What's up?
Salute.
Absolutely. Yeah, a lot of people thought he was going to leave, man. A lot of people thought he was going to leave. Swank, appreciate you, fam. Yeah, make sure y'all tap into Patreon. That has everything, the exclusive access, the private chats, private watch parties, everything. The deep dives, the film, the early access to everything we do, exclusive access to a lot of things we do. Like if y'all really like football, love football, Colorado fans, and y'all really want to know what's going on, not just,
so much content.
Yes and go about it, then tap in. If used right, can Hood or Hodge win that Thorpe Award? Absolutely. The key to the Thorpe Award is getting turnovers. Unfortunately, I don't believe that makes you the best defensive back in the nation just because you have a lot of interceptions. But we've seen both of them get multiple interceptions. Preston had 1 call back, but yeah, I think either of them. Absolutely. Last year, teams attacked us against the run more so than the past. You guys see the same this year. Will our secondary be tested more with Travis gone? So I think the reason teams were attacking more with the run, and I've said this since forever, I don't think a lot of these teams in the Big 12 just truly want to run the ball as much as they do. There's not as good of quarterbacks in the Big 12. So it's like, do I want to put Avery Johnson where he's throwing the ball that much, or do I want to play to his best, our team's best abilities, his best abilities, running the ball and, throwing shorter routes, using RPO, run pass option, and things of that nature. So that's what I think the main thing is with teams running. Everybody in the Big 12 runs, but if you go through the list of Big 12 quarterbacks, it's a little shaky.
It is. Right.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. That's what we do, man. That's what we do. Yeah, Colton has the potential to be, man. He has fantastic potential. What's going on? What's going on? So we're about to get into this Livingston film.
I got some questions on deck too. So
Perfect. Let's get into this Livingston film, man, so we can see what we're talking about. So we're gonna start off here. This is first Utah.
Yep.
All right. Start off here versus Utah. So this is something that really impressed me with what they started to do later in the season. So I went through, and there's few people walking this earth that's watched more Colorado film than me. Very, very few. Very few. So Preston Hodge goes out. Texas Tech. Now you got to make an adjustment because how good he is in the nickel and how much he allowed you the freedom to play man coverage. He went out Texas Tech, CT, don't worry about looking it up, but the freedom that he has and allows for your team as a D coordinator. So he goes out, they move Carter Stoutmeyer to the nickel. I really like Carter Stoutmeyer as a player. I was actually just watching some more film of him. Can't wait to do his breakdown and go through all his film individually, but he's not Preston Hodge in the slot. And that's not a knock on Carter.
Right.
I think Preston Hodge is the best nickel in the entire country this past season. So when you lose that, you can't play man coverage the same way you were playing. So you have to get, more versatile and creative than they were essentially playing bully ball before. Like, hey, we want to play man, you can't do nothing about it. But had to get more creative. Something that they weren't doing much in the early season, which I wasn't a fan of, but I understand that getting developed is they weren't disguising. So let's look at this play right here. From this play, what type of coverage do you think that this is?
Well, I definitely think it's cover one man, maybe.
All cover ones is man.
Well, cover one.
So it could be. So we have single high safety.
Mm-hmm.
This looks like either cover one or cover three. Now it can be disguised as cover one, meaning man coverage. The one in cover one just means we have one high safety, everyone else is in man. But it can be disguised as that because we got corners in press. So typically in cover three, you're going to play off at the corners, but in cover one, you're going to be pressed. Now let's see what this play ends up being. So it ends up being Tampa 2.
Oh, you're
so
right.
They get to Tampa 2. So Cam Craig comes from disguise. He's going to be a deep half safety. Shallow's going to be a deep half safety. We got our corners playing the flat. So on both sides, we have a hook player here, another hook player here, and then normal cover 2, you have a middle linebacker that's sitting here in the middle zone. Now what Tampa 2 does is, where's the weakness of cover 2, CT?
The deep middle.
Right here, deep middle of the field. So a way that you can essentially mitigate that weakness is you take your middle linebacker and he becomes a run-through player. So he's going to essentially take away the deep middle, but you still have your cornerbacks in the flats. So it ends up looking like it gets to a 3-high look, essentially. Mm-hmm. So it kind of looks like a cover 3, but it's cover 2 with a Tampa run-through player. So that's what Tampa 2 is. So a few things that impressed me here. One, the fact that, like we talked about when he came in, he didn't have a scheme, meaning he was going to base whatever he did off of the personnel that he had. I see my name got changed somehow. Don't know when that happened. You don't know how that happened. We'll fix that later. But That's pretty crazy. But anyways, he based everything off the personnel he had. So you lose a piece of your personnel, you know that you have to change your defense. All right, cool. Changing our defense. But on top of that, we don't want them to know right off the bat, hey, we don't have Preston Hodge, so now we're going to be playing more zone. We want to show it like it's man coverage still.
Oh,
so
yeah.
he gets away from, and he still ran man, but gets away more from man than he was. And he starts disguising it. They weren't disguising as much early in the season. And like I said, this looks like cover 1 or cover 3.
Mm-hmm.
But then we have Cam bailing out here, everybody bailing out. Like, I love that he was able to disguise. And the other thing I love, which he needs to do more of, and one of my bigger critiques on him, is I consider this a bunch formation.
Oh, yep.
We have a running back, Y off, and a wide receiver. It's bunch formation, but even if you don't call it a bunch, which it is, it's a condensed formation, meaning it's tighter. The receiver here is about 5 yards inside the hash, and nobody else is outside. When teams know you're playing man coverage, all they're going to do is build this so that they can have everyone run inside and then sneak the running back out on a running back wheel.
Oh, that running back wheel. We know about that wheel.
And this could have ended up being that. He runs to the flat, but I guarantee if they're in man coverage and running over here, he's going to turn up and turn that into a wheel route. So only rushing 4, able to get pressure with 4 and get a sack. And do not let stats fool you. During the regular season, let me think real quick. I think this is the best quarterback they've played. I think he was the smartest. This Isaac Wilson, Zach Wilson's little brother. I think he was the smartest. He was the only quarterback that I saw go through all of his reads, be able to move safeties off spot. So being able to confuse him and get after him like that was extremely impressive to me.
Yeah.
Right. So now we're going to go Texas Tech. And I believe Preston Hodge is still in at this time. So same thing. We saw how heavy they ran man early in the season, and now we're getting to other looks. We're getting to a Tampa 2 again, even though a little dangerous up here.
Yeah.
We're getting to different looks. And the way it starts out, other than this corner right here being outside leverage, this could easily look like cover 2 man, where you have deep safety here, manned up here, and him man up on the tight end and him man up on Taj Brooks right here. The reason that the cornerback being outside leverage right now tells us that it's not cover 2 man under is because the weakness of cover 2 man is inside. Correct. So as a corner, you would be hard inside leverage, not letting them inside. But other than that, it could be disguised as that. They play it great, let all the routes come to them. And again, able to get pressure with 4. And Keaton Wade, boy, he the more I watch, he was whipping people, man. Look at him bend the edge. He was really whipping people.
Keaton Wade, bro.
All right, so let's go to UCF. And again, this is a bunch formation. And the content y'all getting right now, like matter of fact, hit the like button. Make sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. There is nowhere else that you guys can get this type of content. This is the closest you'll ever get. Well, Patreon, closest you'll ever get to the best D1 film room as far as the deep dives and deep breakdowns. We're doing this all season, every single game. The best you get. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe, because this is content I'm in a bag right now. Like we really talking ball. All right. So again, treat it. This is a bunch. And what a bunch is when 3 or more receivers are together. Even though this is only technically 2 receivers right here, we have the running back offset to them. They are condensed as well, meaning a tighter split. I'm treating this as a bunch. The reason I'm saying that is anytime I get a tight bunch like this, I'd check to a zone, because when you're playing man coverage, you got guys that can go all these different ways. And if they want to sneak the running back out, your linebacker is going to be guarding the running back, and he's going to have to fight through traffic to get there. So it ends up being a pick route where the play is designed for the linebacker not to be able to get out in space at him. So let's see it here. What happens? They are not looking. These are decoy routes. Have no interest in throwing those routes. He's looking here for one thing and one thing only. He got exactly what he wanted, and that's for the linebacker Levante Bentley to come down and try to attack him. And this is RJ Harvey. He's hard enough to cover, but impossible if you lose your leverage and he's able to out leverage you outside. So I had my linebacker try to chase, got caught in traffic, get it to one of the best playmakers in college football, and he gonna go get it in the end zone.
And he stared RJ down the entire time.
And it doesn't matter, because in man coverage, who are you looking at?
Oh, you're looking at your man. So you're not even looking at the quarterback. Oh, right. I'm like, he's staring RJ the entire time.
And what happened is Cam Summan-Craig, he has two threats coming at him that are winning inside leverage. So he has to try to take one of these two away. In this specific situation, because the quarterback's staring there, he could have went over to rob it. But if the quarterback's staring there and then moves his eyes, he could potentially, yeah.
You know how you say, like, man, if I seen a play and it worked on me, I'm stealing it. I'm totally taking this play. Like, man.
And we'll talk about that as well, because there have been too many plays that worked very well against Colorado that I didn't see Colorado implement on offense ever. Like, I don't know, maybe the last game of the season, maybe that was the first time we've seen running back wheel routes or really condensed formations and trying to get the running back open. But we'll talk about that later.
Salute, man.
All right. So now we got Kansas State. So here's Kansas State. What I like here is I'm not a passive type of football mind.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get after you.
Right.
Livingston likes getting after you. So we have a bunch right here. Now, in this situation, there's no threat for a wheel route. Do you know why, CT? There's no threat for a successful wheel route. I'll say that.
Because only two of them could go on a route. Catch a pass?
No, everybody can go out for a route. Look how, one, the running back's offset this way.
Oh, yeah, I see.
So he'd have to run all the way out there. And two, it's how far they are. If I'm playing, pretend the running back's on this side and Cam Summan-Craig has a man coverage. If Cam's lined up here, because he'd be lined up there if he was on this side, and he goes out, Cam has plenty of space to get to him. Like, the long run. Versus if these receivers are all lined up right here and the running back's right here, then when he does that and these receivers going like this, then it's harder to get out. Now, in man coverage, you could get a wheel route right here. And the way you do it is you run a slant right here. You try to get him to pick Cam and then have him outside there. But it's not condensed. So Cam will be able to maneuver whether going up or over the top because of how far it is. So that's not what we're really worried about right here. So we're going to stay in our regular bunch rules, our man rules. Whoever's on the point is going to lock him up. This corner is going to get whoever has the first outside route. This corner is going to get whoever, or that's the nickel or dime, I should say, which is the 6th DB on the field. He's going to get whoever comes in. So let's see how they play this out. So they send a blitz. They send 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at him. So if we got 6 going at him, we know that we have 5 guys in coverage. We have a running back blocking, and we have 3 guys manned up over here, 1 over here, and then safety right here. They match it up perfectly, man coverage and their bunch rules. Send pressure at him.
Got him.
Sack.
Got him.
And I love the way he played Avery Johnson. I love how he was attacking and he wasn't sitting back and waiting. even though Avery Johnson's a quarterback that I've said you want to force to throw it,
Right.
you don't want to give him unlimited time. I don't care who the quarterback is. If he has time and can scramble, you can only guard for so long on defense. Like somebody's going to get open. So I do exactly what Livingston did, bring pressure. It's just a great play. Everybody's staying contained. They don't allow them to bounce outside because they're working with great leverage. You see sticky coverage. Just fantastic. Love it, love it, love it.
So they wasn't necessarily playing. The ends wasn't necessarily playing for a sack. They were playing to keep them contained because
No, they're playing for the sack. You're still playing for the sack, but while you're rushing, you have to contain.
Gotcha.
So it's not as much. If you're sending multiple guys up the middle, then yeah, you'll have them more. Just don't let them outside. But with just one guy up the middle, you got to go get the quarterback. But if you don't win early, then you just got to make sure
he can't
scramble outside.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so we're continuing with this game. This K-State game. So this is the problem that happens when you get little two man coverage happy. So right here, there's miscommunication. This guy gets cut completely loose right here. Then we have a linebacker in space on a running back who's running a Texas route or angle route, which is not what we want. And looks like we're covered pretty good everywhere else.
But the guy wide open in the middle of the field.
Exactly.
Good day.
Luckily, yeah, I don't know why he didn't take that, but he didn't. And we blitzed. We sent 5. And I think that was BJ Green gets home. Because right now, this is the throw.
Yeah.
And if we go back to it, what would I call this, CT?
A bunch.
I call it a bunch. So if you're playing man coverage against a bunch, you have to have your bunch check. Linebackers too often aren't involved in those bunch checks. So like DBs, you're going to go over bunch stuff weekly. Like in practice, I'm going to give you a whole bunch of routes to try to mess you up and make sure you're following your rules. Now we got linebackers involved. That's usually not what they're involved in. And because of that, so the way it should work out, I'll show you right here. That should be his going in. And then Cam is either going to take the most outside or the most vertical. So he should be here. Cam should be here. And then he can lock that up. Or you could have did it where he goes there. He comes down on the running back and then Cam takes this. But yeah, it gets Cam's going to help somebody else's responsibility. But that's not, this isn't his responsibility right here.
Yeah. You could totally see it. Cam was chasing this guy, and this guy was wide open.
The only way it is Cam's responsibility is if they didn't do any type of bunch check or in and out, which should have happened. But again, that's what you can potentially deal with when you're running heavy man coverage and teams are going to take advantage of it. All right, now this is where we're up for 2:59 left. I know we have it on the watch party. I'm saying watch the wheel route. So we got a condensed formation right here. Everybody's tight. He comes in motion, but even with him coming in motion, we have a receiver here, a tight end, and a running back. So I would like to check to a zone. Otherwise, we're at risk for a running back wheel route. There, everybody goes inside. Wheel route wide open. Not just the wheel route wide open, because you're dealing with communication stuff now. He's open right here. So if you look, this looked like this should have been DJ McKinney's guy.
Mm-hmm.
He runs into Shiloh in the traffic.
Oh, my God.
He's by himself. If they throw a post, that's a touchdown right now. But they throw the wheel route. Able to get tracked down after a 34-yard gain. Huge gain. Might have been more. I think that was a 50-yard gain.
I mean, man, bro.
Yeah, that was a 50-yard gain. We're close to it. All right, next play. Got 2 minutes, 43 seconds left. It is 1st and 10. Yeah, it's the very next play. Up 4 points. It's an unpopular opinion. Travis went out with the injury, so Preston Hodges now moved to corner. DJ McKinney's up here. Shiloh's right here. 2 things. One, Preston Hodges Colton Hood's not coming out the game for me. Colton Hood just came off that interception that he almost scored on to get us in the situation to go up, period. Colton Hood's playing.
Correct.
Preston is also playing. People are mad that Livingston was playing man coverage here and attacking. And again, we have about 2.5 minutes left. We're up 4. All that week, what did I say was the main key to victory? How did I say you have to beat me for Kansas State?
Avery Johnson gonna have to beat me with his arm.
You have to beat me with your arm.
You gonna have to beat me with your arm.
I'm gonna do everything I can to take away the running back and take away you running. If you beat me with your arm, hey, you deserve it. But I'm not gonna let you ever beat me at what you do best. You're gonna have to find another way to beat me.
And even though DJ Giddens was running, so he was in a rock and a hard place, honestly, bro.
Absolutely. If you go on Twitter right now, people will still tell you that Preston Hodge got cooked on this play, that he got exposed against Kansas State. I'm just gonna pray for people, man. Here's Preston Hodge in coverage. Here he is in coverage right here. So something I'll say, he could have taken another lateral step to cut him off. He's staying square, 1, 2, and then open. Don't want to open that soon. And give another disclaimer. And those that you see Buffton Prime right here, it's supposed to be former elite defensive back. Patreon just saw all my man coverage film from even practice and kind of like strapper every day. When you're in nickel and you move out to cornerback, outside cornerback, it's different. It's a different feel. Preston Hodge has not been practicing that corner. He has not been playing corner. He's been playing nickel. We see him a lot more patient and a lot more technical at nickel than we do on this play at corner because he's not getting reps at corner. Like it's a different position. It's kind of like moving a guard to tackle.
Right.
Like mid-game. It's a different position. So I want to see him get hands on here. Even not getting hands on, this is perfect position. Perfect position. Do people think that he got just like a random speed burst and started running away from Preston?
You can see the push off from here, bro. From the drone footage, you can see the push off. Like literally, you can see the push off.
Like it's clear. He didn't just get no. He didn't get a random speed burst.
Like you could literally
see great position, gets pushed off, then closes the gap. You can't be. I wish I could zoom in. I can't zoom in. That's the best position ever. What messed up Preston's timing outside the push off is the ball was underthrown. So Preston closes that gap in a few steps.
Oh, and you can see Jay stopping.
Yeah. So the receiver stops and then Preston runs into him. And that's what messed up the timing. But people are like literally on Twitter, they still saying that Preston Hodge was getting cooked and he needs to work on his coverage ability. Perfect position, gets pushed off, perfect position. It just happened that he stopped and he was trying to get the breakup. I fully agree with that play call there. 1,000%. I'm putting everybody I can in the box. We're going to stop the run. And 28-24. If I know you're going to score on this drive, let's hypothetically, would I rather have you score quickly or take your time?
Oh, quickly. Give me much time for my offense. Give me much time as I need.
Offense gets the ball back with over 2 minutes left, which means they have a 2-minute warning and a timeout left. So you have plenty of time. As we know, offense went 3 and out. Didn't get a first down and we lost. But this ain't on Livingston. This game is not on Livingston. All right. This is the game that really stood out for me for Coach Livingston. I was like,
Okay, he's here. He's arrived.
Mhm.
And Baylor was the 4th game of the season because it was
Yep,
North Dakota, Nebraska, Colorado State, and then we got to Baylor.
correct. So it's 24-10, right? They're up 2 minutes, 52 seconds left in the second quarter, and it's 24-10. Now let's go through these. So we're gonna go through the third downs that occurred between here and the very end of the game. So we got third down right here. Playing man coverage, we know that because he's coming to motion. Get a breakup right here by Colton Hood on a big receiver / tight end. Breakup, get off the field. Give the offense the ball back. Second quarter again, 31 seconds. Only they still got 24 points.
3rd and 8.
We're in man coverage. Gets the ball out. We're playing cover one robber, which I love. So we're going to put our guys outside leverage. And you can see that by this receiver's on the inside of the hashes. And this corner, I believe that's Colton Hood, is on the outside of the hashes. The reason we're doing that is because we have single high safety right here. But we have Cameron Suman Craig right here, which is a robber, meaning any inside route he's going to be on. So you're playing outside leverage to take away the outside routes.
Correct.
You get an inside route right here. Cam Suman Craig's right there as a robber.
Got it.
Off the field. Okay. Third quarter, 6 minutes left. Still 24 points. We get 4th and 1 in the third quarter. 4th and 1 in the third quarter, 24 points. We're manned up. Don't remember his number. Anytime he was in the game, I say it's a run.
It's a run.
Yeah. He's not in there for anything else.
European tour, yeah.
Not in there for anything else. Let's go look at this play real quick. But they get off the field in 4th and 1.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Okunlola. Oh my God. BJ Green makes the play. Sam Okunlola. Watch this. We're going to get skinny. We're going to stay tight. We're not going to come out wide. Going to blow up the running back, which causes the quarterback to stop his feet and then have to redirect and allows for your teammate to run backside and make the play. And we'll watch
Heck of
it
a play,
here.
defense. Heck of a play. Ooh, I know he was that far in the backfield.
Yeah.
Wow.
Blows it up, gets back outside, forces him to stop his feet so we can make the play 4th and 1. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Still 24 points. It's 3 minutes in the third. It is 3rd and 8. We're in man coverage again. Know that from the motion. And I know he's going to run that little will stop. What happens? Colton Hood for a breakup. So we're able to get off the field again on 3rd down. Now the offense is 24-20. Remember, we started 24-10. Third quarter. Again, 14 seconds left. We got 3rd and 10. We're in man coverage again. The reason you see so many motions is because that tells the offense they're in man coverage. When a player will never follow you in zone coverage.
Right.
So now that I know what coverage you're in, I can better attack it. Another thing that Colorado did not do even remotely close to as much as they should have on offense. You use motions to help you, help your quarterback, help your lineman, help your team identify what the defense is doing. They did not utilize that enough, and that was disappointing. But we know it's man coverage. Preston Hodge, same slot fade he got beat on earlier, broken up. Great play, great coverage on a 4-2 guy. Incomplete.
Way to come back, Preston.
So now we go. They ended up scoring their next time, but it's the 4th quarter now. 4th quarter, 2 minutes left. We just went all the way from 2 minutes in the second quarter to the 4th quarter before they could get more points on the board because they could. And the offense had a ton of chances at this point and wasn't able to do it. And you kept putting the defense on, and they kept standing up. Robert Livingston's defense kept standing up over and over and over again. Now, this is extremely important. We're down 7 right now.
Correct.
2 minutes left. Ball's on the 29. This is as of now, this is a 46-yard field goal, 3rd and 13. If they get too much positive yards, they can make the field goal in it's a 2-possession game over. Or forget the positive. If they get a first down, they can run the clock out.
Oh, wow. Yep, you're right. Yep, facts.
So we get it here, 3rd and 13. They run it because they know that they're looking at a field goal. Get a nice quick stop. I think that was Trevor Woods. Good play by him there for a 1-yard gain. So get off the field again when you need to most. You get off the field. They miss the field goal. Offense gets the ball, gets the Hail Mary, able to score, get the fumble, and win. That is because of how elite this defense is. Like, if we go and look at this, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times that they got them off the field with no points in the final 7 drives. So 6 out of the final 7, you were able to get them off the field and get no points. That is fantastic by Robert Livingston. That's fantastic by the defense. It shows the skill level of the defense and what they're capable of doing. So I absolutely love that. CT may be frozen, so his computer may have, his internet may have died. But yeah, that's Robert Livingston, man. Extremely impressed with him. Loved what I saw from him. Loved his ability to, just adapt. There's things that I still obviously want to see him get better at, but as of now, he really impressed me, and ecstatic that he got that type of payday increase. Let me check with the chat, see what you guys are talking about. Yes, like the video, man. Like the video. What's up? What's up? Yeah, we should be at 100 likes at least. Like the video. Appreciate the support, y'all. In the building all the way from Germany. That's what's up. Yeah, Cam, I can't wait to do his breakdown, man. He made so many damn plays. Back to back. Yep, back to back. Oh, yeah, no, those Damian Lewis for sure. Absolutely great hire. But when it comes to the overall defense, I'm putting down the D coordinator. The D coordinator comes up with the plays, the scheme, and then your position coaches put them in that situation. I used to think any corner position was interchangeable, learning a lot of differences from nickel to corner. Yeah. No, you cannot move any corner into the slot. That definitely can't happen. You can't move any nickel outside either. It's different movements regarding different styles of receivers. It takes different skill sets. So yeah, definitely not interchangeable. Appreciate you, fam. Good morning, fam. We saw what happens when you can control the line with just 4 linemen. Do you think CU has that currently? I do not think they have that currently, and I'm speaking more the interior. I think if they can get some better interior guys, then they can really control it for sure. Yeah, a really good example. I tweeted about it last night. He's not an outside corner. He's playing safety in nickel. I would not put him outside, but as far as being inside, I love it. Love it. Cisco, what's up? Ain't seen you in a minute, fam. What's good? Can't believe I got a live. Great job and fantastic info as usual. Appreciate you, fam. So how y'all feeling in the chat about Livingston's extension? I know he was not highly regarded from the fan base when he first got to Colorado, or when he first got announced as signed. People wanted a whole bunch of other people. People wanted bigger names, wanted a bigger splash hire. But I think he was the perfect guy. I think he was absolutely the perfect guy. And yeah, I know Coach Prime is definitely happy to retain him. Well deserved, absolutely. Love what I seen from Livingston, and the players that I've talked to on Colorado, they love Robert Livingston. I haven't heard a single player say anything negative about Coach Robert Livingston. So he's doing things the right way. And man, I just think it's gangster how he came in. No assistant coaches, said, I don't got no scheme, and they came in and dominated. And I actually have some info on him. He had the number 50 total defense in college football. It was number 8 in the Big 12. Big 12 was a good defense. He had the number 71 rushing defense in college football. I want to see that improve. Number 8 in Big 12. Number 40 in passing yards allowed nationally. Number 6 in the Big 12. Number 64 for third down percentage. I expected that to be higher because they played really good on third down. Number 7 in the Big 12. But let's talk about some of the other ones. Number 1 in the Big 12 for tackles for loss. Number 15 in the country. Number 1 in the Big 12 for sacks. Number 11 in the country. Looks like we got CT back.
My modem went gone.
Yeah, see, I thought it was my internet earlier. That's why it was yours.
My modem went out. I was like, what?
Fumbles recovered was number 6 in the country, number 1 in the Big 12. Defensive touchdowns, number 3 in the country, or number 12 in the country, number 3 in the Big 12. Scoring defense, number 43 in the country, number 6 in the Big 12. Red zone defense was number 12 in the country, number 1 in the Big 12. Team passing efficiency, meaning completions, passing yards, touchdowns per attempts, and interceptions. He was number 29 in the country, number 5 in the Big 12. So they made a lot of really huge jumps from the year before. Now, I do have, critique the things that I'd like to see him do moving forward. Mix up man coverage some more. Got to be able to run zone coverages out of press coverage look more. We saw it on that clip where they ended up getting to cover 2 and you thought it was cover 1 at the beginning. You have to be able to do that more because, is that on here? Yeah, there's something else on here. I ain't going to say too much on here, but some else on here that I like to see them do more of because I keyed on it and it was an easy key for me to see. Got to be better at adjusting the motions. And we're going to do a deep dive. So we're going to go through every single Colorado game that happened this season. We're going to do all 22 review on YouTube, but have to see them adjust better to motions.
Right.
Meaning not have guys chase guys across the field that got them into trouble a lot of times this past season. Better adjustments against bunch and tight formations. We spoke about that. And the other thing that became an issue later in the season, it felt like, was containing against outside runs. And what that means is, I'll just drop a little picture for you guys. So when you get outside runs, so let's say they're going to run stretch right here. Mm-hmm. These outside guys cannot let anybody get outside of them. That's what containing the defense means. And the reason they can't let anyone get outside of them is because you essentially have no help outside. You have all these guys inside. So you want to literally plant out here and not let anybody get outside of you. Force everything inside. They struggle with that during the season. Cannot do that. Like, if you don't have contain on the defense, is one of the most important things with the defense. And we've talked about that a ton of times. If you cannot contain the football, you're going to lose. You cannot be a great defense and not able to contain the football. I want to see them get better at containment. And I'm not just talking about here, but also the defensive backs. Saw too many times.
Oh, yeah. It went inside when they should have contained the outside.
And then Kansas happened over and over again.
Yeah.
Where you have to fight like your life depends on it to get outside of a blocker if you're a second level defender, because your safety is running inside out. Mm-hmm. So you are trying to force the play back inside to your safety. Now, if you cannot do that, then the ball bounces outside, you're inside, your safety's running from inside, and then there's nothing you can do. So those are my biggest things that I want to see improvement on. But extremely happy with what we saw from the season. I think he more than exceeded expectations. And yeah, I'm excited about him moving forward, man. Excited about him moving forward.
I am too. And I think what impressed me, one of the other things that impressed me most is that defense was out there with no running game. And it was been times where we were watching and we was like, man, if they could just sustain the drive or get some runs going. Let the defense catch their breath.
Mhm.
I thought, so for Livingston to work under that, he got my respect, man.
Absolutely. Good defense coordinator. Now move Hart to recruiting, not as a linebacker coach. George Hilo is that guy to coach linebackers. Please get rid of Shermer and get a real offensive coordinator. So I'll touch on a few of these.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I know, one, I'd say we can't, especially position coaches, we don't get to see them coach. Like what you see on Well Off or Reach the People, like you're not actually being able to see them on a consistent basis in the film room, in the meetings, to know whether they're a good coach or not. So I can't say, I can say the linebackers got significantly better this past year. They got significantly better. I can say Bentley in particular improved at the end of the prior season and look just night and day better. There were no games where like, God, why is Bentley in there? The year before where there was some bad, I almost didn't want to do his breakdown. People were talking about him so bad. That's when I realized, like, hey, people really don't know what they're watching. I'm like, bro, I'm watching his breakdown, especially the worst. I'm like, okay, well, he made a play here. Okay, well, another play. Like, hold on, he looking like Ray Lewis out here. Like, so I've seen the improvement. Now I've seen people on Gremlin Twitter give Hilo all the credit. I don't know either way, but you don't know everything from what is being shown to us from Well Off and recent people. He's a linebacker coach. I saw linebackers improve. That's a thumbs up for me from him. Shermer, very disappointed with the offense. Disappointed with the offensive schemes, the plays they decided to run, the lack of creativity. We're going to talk a lot about the offense. Very, very, very disappointed in the offense. And I think the offense definitely underperformed what we had expected. And I don't think it showcased weapons and players as it should have and could have. And I don't think I can't say anybody got better from that offense. We go to defense, I can say a lot of people got
better. Yeah.
Offensively, I can't say that. And if I can't say that's a problem, just my opinion.
I'm disappointed in the fact, like, I can't even say we didn't even run the ball. Like that just blew my mind in a sense. So
kept coming out that they're not able to run the ball. They're not able to block, so they're not running the ball. I'm okay with that if I see you run every type of run play possible. If you're trying different things and just none of it is working, all right, it's clearly not working. We'll figure something else out. But if I see you run inside zone 25 times and be like, hey, I don't know what's going on, it's not working. Yeah, duh, it's not going to work. Like, one, it's hard for any team to run the same play over and over again and guess
like we knew to run plays.
Positive. But then the fact that you're not trying different schemes, you're not trying vertical schemes, you're trying schemes where your linemen are moving lateral, like zone plays, inside zone, outside zone, versus duo where you can get guys moving up the field. You're not running a lot of gap schemes. Rarely saw counter, rarely saw power. You're not trying to work it off jet motions, jet sweeps. You're not using guys as decoys. You're not getting into different formations and looks. So that's why I wasn't happy with how the run turned out. But again, if you're running all these different formations and trying all these things, trying to be creative, like if you're going to beat me, at least beat me where I'm throwing everything at you.
Yeah, right. Throwing it to sink at you.
Like,
right.
Yeah. Don't beat me where I'm not doing nothing. Like literally, I'll just show it real quick. Cause I know where it's at.
When they ran, was it Isaiah Harge when they did that run play when we broke like 30 yards? Like, where's that been? And then we don't run.
I don't remember that one.
I think it was against Utah. I can't remember, but I'm like, man.
This first play of the Kansas game, like, okay. I don't know if Colorado ever came out in this formation. Definitely never did out of pistol. And that's not me looking it up. I've seen every single clip. Bro, look at this run play. And we're going to talk about this on offensive breakdown. bro. So they got. So you know what a trap is, right?
That fullback, right?
No. So a trap. This is a trap right here. So on a trap play, we want Shadozi to get vertical.
Mm-hmm.
Want him to get upfield so we can block him out. This lineman's going to go block this guy. It's basically a stunt for the offensive line.
Oh, got it.
It creates a huge hole, right? So that's a trap play. Then we have a wham play. Again, from knowing me, CT, I see 47, look a little bigger. Do I think he's in there to run a route?
Of course not.
Okay.
He's in there to block.
So then we have a wham play. So a wham is when you use your tight end to come let him get upfield and then set him up. Then, so when they combine them, they call it crunch. I only know that because I've seen it on Twitter. You know, I don't care about the technical names, especially the offense uses. I hate it. You can make up all the fancy names you want. I'm gonna call it double trap. Like, I don't care. I'm not doing that. Then, bro, we have another trap going on over here. Literally an offensive line stunt. Let him get upfield. So we have in one play 3 different traps going on.
Wow.
Got them here. We got guys to the second level. And he only gets 5 yards on here, but I had never seen this play before in my entire life. not a day in my life. I don't watch a lot of football. I don't play a lot. Never seen. This is what creativity looks like. Kansas wasn't the last game of the season, right?
Yeah. No. Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State. Mm-hmm. If I'm an offensive coordinator and I'm watching all the film, we're practicing this Sunday. Tomorrow, right. I'm adding this in. We're going to try this. If I get whooped doing this, at least I got trying. Like, there's you got to be creative. You can't be too prideful to steal stuff from other teams. You can't wait till after the season to do it.
Yeah, I
go ahead.
I agree with that, especially with Big 12 so running back heavy. And you're like, man, we're struggling to run. Let's look in our own conference and see what these guys are doing to be able to run as good as they're running. That's I'm like, what is going on? I mean, you're kind of watching this film anyway. Why not?
You have to. You know how much film I watched.
Right.
How many times I said, oh, I'm still in that play. Oh, I like this. BYU fake. Because when you're scouting, you have to watch other teams. Right. So I don't get how you're watching other teams and not doing that. Dimitri, appreciate you. TK, are you getting calls from Coach Prime? I'm assuming. Love to see on the staff. I've spoken to Coach Prime. I have gotten a call from him.
Salute, Coach Prime.
The Will covered,
yeah.
I'm so glad we showed the commitment to Livingston by putting the money up. I'm tired of us being picked off like a stepping stone team. Understood. William Hopkins, do you think Johnson would have thrown that if Travis was covering? Yes. It's one-on-one coverage. You're talking about the Kansas State play. If I get one-on-one, I see the safety can't get there, I'm taking a shot. I'm going to do it. TKL Colorado needs you as a consultant ASAP. Appreciate you.
In the kitchen. Salute.
You need to do a Ohio State defense breakdown. That's a real elite defense. We watched them in Patreon. I can't say it's a real elite defense. They have a lot of real elite players, but I didn't watch the scheme and be like, oh my gosh. Just like when we did the coaching video I talked about, I want to see coaches that can really coach. And not saying Ohio State's can't, but I want to see when you don't have elite players, because then you got to scheme.
You got to scheme. I want to see your scheme get the work done.
You saw the Eagles. The Eagles yesterday, they didn't do nothing other than just bully. They were just
against Andy Reid, them one of the best offensive minds in the game.
They didn't have to scheme.
Nope.
They just bullied them. Just literally, they got the players to bully them. So you can give guys, you give me all the players. I don't have to. Hey, we're gonna run cover 3. Go run it the whole game. We're gonna out talent you. But when you don't have that, then I can see if you can really, really, really coach.
Yeah, it was like the Legion of Boom effect. Yeah, I got the boom
What's
on.
good? What's good? Exactly. Patreon, man. I'm telling y'all, tap in. We're gonna drop Reginald Hughes breakdown in there today.
Oh yeah.
I agree, but I think it was because Hilo took over. So Hilo took over becoming the linebacker coach. Again, that's what I know. Y'all seen him coaching in some segments on at the practices. That doesn't mean he took over. I just can't. I can't judge somebody when I'm not. I don't get to see. Now, coordinators, whatever I see out there, that's you. It's you. But position coaches, I can't. I can't. D-line improve linebacker plays. Yeah. Chidosi.
The bully.
Chidosi. Oh my gosh.
The bully. And they were calling it out. They was like, man, when I see the way Chidosi was taking on the blocks at D-line, the linebackers ate.
Just Chidosi's a lot, man. He a lot. Do you think Pat Shurmur, I'm assuming, has natty contender play, but I'm just very, very disappointed with what I saw this past season. And I said over and over that was not Pat Shurmur's offense. It's not the scheme he ran in the NFL. X's and O's, that was not it. I'm not saying Pat Shurmur has an elite offense or an elite offensive playbook. Never said that. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying he did not run.
That's not the offense he created.
That's not what he's ran. That's not what he's been comfortable with in the NFL. It's a different offense. I don't know if he has a good offense, period. The only point was he ran a ton of 12 personnel, 13 personnel, 22. It's not what he ran this year. He could go to his exact NFL offense and it'd be terrible. And I'd say, okay, he's not good, but this is his offense. Appreciate the super chat. I think this year is huge for Pat. His scheme is dependent on tight ends. And if we're being honest, we didn't have a college level tight end, not one. It's definitely dependent on tight ends. Definitely need tight ends, need significant blocking. Significant. Coach K running the same concept / package can work. The same play. That's uninspired play calling. Leads you to question the commitment to the run game, and you'd be well within your rights to question it. I agree. 0 running back screens and 0 draw plays. They had a couple running back screens. Don't remember any draw plays. Do not.
I mean, I would appreciate if they got back to running out of the pistol. When they were running out the pistol, I was like, okay. Ooh, that's what I like. Man.
Shurmur and Coach Prime knew if the offense was more complicated, Shadur's interception and incompletion pass count would have been higher and negatively affected his draft stock. So they kept it simple. It's never been about the offense being complicated. That has nothing to do with anything that we're saying. The complication doesn't matter. It's creativity. So if we're running a zone play, let me break it down for y'all. Since
take them to school.
So let's go to the next run play they got. Ooh, same side toss. So for instance, we got a run play right here. We're gonna have a toss sweep over here. Probably have 2 guys pulling. Nobody. Ooh, actually, hold on. Yeah, we do have 2 pulling. They're essentially pulling because you're getting a crack block right here. And these guys pulling outside. So this play right here. One, this guy could be out here as a receiver. He doesn't need to be in the backfield. That's a different look. Because, when I break things down, I break it down off tendencies.
Right.
And formations. You running things. And that's how D coordinators break it down. So if I'm seeing this different formation, I might not off the top of my head be expecting the same thing. So that's one way we can make this different. Let's put this running back out here lined up as a receiver. If he was already lined up as a receiver, I would say, hey, you could do this. The reason they do this is motion can mess up people's assignments.
Right.
It's small. It's not guaranteed. Like, you can run motion just to run motion. You don't have to have a specific goal with it other than to try to mess up somebody's eyes. Motion going this way, the defense may shift this way because of that. So we shift this way as a defense because now we have to make up for this guy coming out here. And then as we shift, they run the ball the same way. They could run an option with this, with the running back here, where the running backs on this side, we're expecting flow to be this way, but they do same side toss. So we don't get that. Receivers, we could have it so this receiver is over here. This guy's still in the running back position. This time we motion him out like this and have him set up here and run the same play. You can run the same play from different looks. You could have 6 different looks and run the exact same play. That's being creative. There's nothing complicated.
I feel like you said, I feel like when they were in the red zone, you was like, just run the same play, just run the same look, but run a different play out of it.
So we talked about that some versus Georgia Tech. We talk about with jet sweeps, Georgia Tech versus Florida State. You got a guy running a jet sweep, and then you're doing a read option. I could hand it off to the running back with the same jet sweep action. I can pull it and keep it with the same jet sweep action. I can toss it forward to the jet sweep with the same jet sweep action. I can fake it to the running back, then scramble out and throw it to the flat with the same jet sweep action. I could fake it to the running back, pull it, have the jet sweep, and then run an angle off the exact same action. Like, you can do so many different things out of the same looks from somebody that's watched an insane amount of Colorado film to where I've never scouted Colorado to like scout, okay, what are they doing on this? You watch our live watch parties, I'm calling out the plays. I've done seen it so many times. If I done seen it, everybody else has seen it. Other teams have seen it. So it had nothing to do with the complexity of it. It's the creativity. Our lead back was built for trap run schemes. When TCal had him live, I said that and that running back said it was spot on. We ran that play a whopping 0% of the time.
0%? No.
The lack of creativity from the offense was showing even with the pass. No, it's definitely, that's mainly what I'm talking about is the pass. I'm talking about both the running game and the passing game. The passing game, there's some rough plays. We're going to talk about some rough plays. Yeah, and if you really want to simplify things, you run the ball. Absolutely.
That's a fact.
Elite is a stretch for the Buckeyes defense. I agree.
Don't tell Penn State that. They just paid him a whole lot of money.
Yeah. The only thing that's missing to me from Livingston this past year is quicker adjustments. The problem with Hart is he does not pass the eye test. I don't think there should be anything as any such thing as an eye test. That's yeah. I don't. But again, on film, he don't look like he has a good command of leading players. Now, you can say that from the eye test. What did the linebacker test show you this season?
The best linebacker in the nation. That 1-2 punch, boy.
Grizz, what's good, fam? What's up? Been gone out of the country working. Much respect, and y'all killing out big timers. Appreciate you, fam. What's good?
Slide out, Grizz. What's good?
Joey said, TCal, I know it's still early to assess, but because it's spring, but what does Colorado need to do to be a championship contender this year? The offense has to change. That's the main thing. You have, and I can't say it enough, an elitely talented quarterback in Caden Salter. Can do a lot. He can open up your offense so much, make it so much easier on your running backs, your offensive line, just because of his ability to run. And we're going to do multiple breakdowns on Caden Salter. So there's a ton of different things you could do there. So that's one of them. Got the offense, like whatever plays they ran last year, I would literally burn them in a fire and start from scratch. If I was an offensive coordinator and I'm being paid $800K. All I'm doing every single day is watching NFL and college. And I'm literally just stealing plays.
That worked.
Like a play that I haven't seen that I've seen. Okay, let's add this in. I'm gonna compile a huge compilation of different plays. And then once I do that, then I'm testing them out in the spring. I'm testing them out with my players. Do you like this? Do you not like this? All new things. Again, that's the best thing about Livingston is he can go anywhere and succeed because he doesn't have a scheme. He knows how to work around his players' strengths and their weaknesses. Offensively, it has to be new. It has to be new. And yeah, got to be doing creative. Defensively, more pieces. I think Colorado needs more pieces out of the transfer portal. More pieces out of the transfer portal. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think they did any orbit motion. Don't think so. What's up? What's up? What's up?
Salute. What's good?
I used to watch some Eagles.
That's what when I was thinking about Salter, when I was watching Jalen Hurts, I was like, when Kansas City was dropping that 7 back, it's all right, I'm just gonna take it. I'll just run it. I'll use my legs. You got to respect that. Oh, it kicked me. Oh, yeah. No. I think T. Cal got kicked this time. Let me see. Yeah. Hold up. Yeah. What is going on in the South?
Can you see me?
I can see you now. Yeah, I was like,
yeah, I'm hardwired too. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, Caden Salter.
I think we lost T. Cal again.
I don't know what's going on. This StreamYard.
Oh yeah, see, I was like, man, it must be StreamYard.
StreamYard tripping. A lot of people are coming for Pat for creativity, but it was mainly on Michael Pollock. I'm not in the building, but that just doesn't sound true at all. That does not sound true at all. In charge of play creation?
How does someone create plays and give it to the offense? Wouldn't the play creation
never
be
heard of that.
Under the offensive coordinator? Would you say, hey, offensive coordinator, but here's all these plays I created for you. Like that doesn't. The math ain't math.
I've never heard of somebody being on staff and creating the plays for the OC. That may be something new. I may be ignorant, but yeah, I haven't came across that in my lifetime. But hey, could be.
I don't know. That's wow.
Agree to disagree. That's different. That's different. Yeah, that's different for sure. But hey, man, we appreciate y'all tapping in. We'll cut this up. We'll post the Livingston again for everybody watching that may have missed. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Make sure you tap into Patreon where we have everything, all the breakdowns, all the initial rankings. Like I just put a full scouting report of some transfer portal guys on Twitter. That's just a one and done. After that, you want that, you got to tap in.
You got to be tapped in.
You got to. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all support. Again, hit that like button. And CT, final words.
Okay, to evolve. Who's next?
Who's next? Who's next? Do your words match your video?
Yeah, this for my boy TKL. CT the fan. Yeah, we on that buff train, man. Yeah, the boys, they put it down. I watch them every day. Hey, they gonna put you on the bill. They gon' tell you what to do to get yourself better. It's on you, baby.